way people play with people intelligence, the way they play with people intelligence and intellect, you know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean?
You know what's the to me? Is who pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit and you go, oh, I'm not going because this nigga. Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
Oh, Chile. Tony Yayo just stormed into the room and flipped the entire hip-hop table over. He didn't just pull up on Jay Prince, he called out what could be one of the shadiest, most dangerous extortion plays the game has ever seen. And let's be clear, this drama isn't new, it's just been simmering. But now it's boiling. See, the story starts with Jay Prince allegedly trying to run that same tired check-in or else routine on none other than 50 Cent. Big mistake, because 50, he don't flinch. He don't fold, he clapped back like a general calling the enemy's bluff. No backing down, no fake diplomacy, just a straight up challenge, come for me and see what happens. That's when this Cold War turned into a straight up battlefield. Guns, smoke, power moves, and egos on the line. But to really grasp how this fire got lit, we need to hit rewind, like way back. Let's talk.
Rewind the tape.
You know what's to me? Is a nigga who pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit and you go, oh, I'm not going because this
I won't
nigga.
for him, but
I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
Talk about Jay Prince. He's not some fly-by-night rapper trying to trend. Nah, he's a street legend, founder of Rap-A-Lot Records. The kind of man who don't need to scream to get attention. In Houston, his name rings bells. When he moves, people feel it. And for years, the unspoken rule in H-Town was clear. If you're an artist, you better check in with Jay Prince or risk it all, your chain, your safety, even your life. But then along came 50 Cent, and baby, he was cut from a completely different cloth. This man didn't grow up being told to kneel. From Ja Rule to Irv Gotti and the whole Murder Inc. crew, he's been fighting his own wars. From day one, 50 wasn't playing street politics. He was the street politics.
Like I got out there, they showed me a lot of love. But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here. Like even the tax incentive was put back.
Well, yeah. And so a lot of people have been talking about, man, he's here only because they gave him a cheap deal or something like that. The reality is there's more to that deal than that. Way more.
They can't see.
Break that down.
I'm spending $20 million this year anyway, in the same building that they're saying was the cheap building.
Right.
So find somebody else to spend $20 million.
This wasn't just a music label beef. Got Unit, that was an army. And 50, he was the 5-star general. No check-ins, no favors, no asking for permission. You came for him, you better be ready for a war. So when word started floating around that 50 might move to Houston, the streets were buzzing. Because this wasn't just a move, it was a message. And baby, he delivered it loud. Because if 50 showed up in H-Town without kissing Jay Prince's ring, that's not just skipping protocol. That's straight up heresy in that world. And guess what? He actually did it. No warning, no check-in, just boom, he's in Houston. And everything changed.
Came to the city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his Unity Camp program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence, and so today we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Now before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
At first it was subtle. Cold War vibes, 50 in NYC, still clowning like always, Jay Prince doing his silent mafia don thing in Houston, shots fired on social, whispers in the industry, but nothing direct, until 50 broke the internet. That one tweet, I love New York, but I live in Houston now, I'll explain later. That wasn't just a tweet, that was a grenade. People thought it was for clout, but nah, 50 had plans.
When it got heated.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Real ones. He was tired of NYC's taxes sucking the life out of his empire. Houston meant bigger spaces, a booming scene, and a liquor market thirsty for brands and cognac. He wasn't moving in to party, he was moving in to take over. But here's where the tea boils over. 50 didn't check in. And Jay Prince, Shilly, he was not having it. That kind of move, that's street disrespect. And when Jay Prince feels disrespected, pressure followed. Word on the street? People got sent, messages were delivered, but 50, oh honey, he wasn't playing. He told his whole team, we roll with our own muscle, we don't pay to be safe. Period. And when Jay Prince allegedly tried to hit back with a no-fly zone for 50, saying he wasn't welcome in Houston, that usually works on smaller names.
Stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a blessing, really.
Real talk.
But this is 50 freaking Cent. He didn't bow. He hit Instagram like it was his battlefield. Means, fire. Captions, sharp as knives. He made the whole beef look like a promo for a new Netflix series. But behind the trolling, he was moving bricks.
Don't turn me down. What you said? Don't turn me down. What you on, folks? Don't turn you down. Yeah, man. What you on, folks? What you mean what I'm on? What you on, man? What the deal there? What up? What up? You want to buy your shit back or what? You ain't get you flunked out ass little nigga. I'm trying to see where you at. You dumb mother. What you got? $20 out of car? Nah, nigga. You know what we got? Nigga, stop that cap. Motherfucker, capping, bro. They gonna believe anything. You want me to start my car? I just took a picture in the same car today with my little boy. You on these like y'all.
$20 million, 0 cents worth of bricks. A whole G-Unit film and TV studio was quietly being built right in Houston. Oh yes, he was here to plant roots. This studio would have changed the whole landscape. Jobs, opportunity, Houston's own Hollywood moment. But then, out of nowhere, it got pulled. Gone. Moved to Shreveport, Louisiana. Why? Officially 50 said infrastructure, but come on, you already know. The street heat was getting too real, and 50, he ain't dumb. He moved quiet, no drama, just power plays. But Houston, it did, in fact, it did the exact opposite.
Needed.
Called, you know what I mean? Because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that shit that they took. And the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
You got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, you got your keys, you got a bunch of other shit, so.
In 2022, just a year after setting up in the H, Houston rolled out the red carpet. Mayor Sylvester Turner said, you know what, this man deserves the key to the city, and gave it to him on stage at the Thanksgiving Day parade. They made November 24th officially 50 Cent Day. Not just a rapper, not just a celebrity, but a philanthropist. A builder, someone who actually shows up for the community.
Hey, I don't no friends, I don't no new relationships. All that. Hey, I don't speak none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you can get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Man, you
Through his G-Unity program, 50 was getting high school kids opportunities, mentorship, and scholarships. And the people, they showed up for him hard. He wasn't just living in Houston, he was leading Houston. And while 50 Cent was out here handing out turkeys, toys, and scholarships like a hip-hop Santa Claus, guess who was watching from the shadows? That's right, Jay Prince, the same man who used to control every breath in Houston, was now sitting on the sidelines watching someone else get the applause, the cameras, and the credit. The mayor wasn't talking about street legends, he was talking about 50 Cent. And that must have stung. Then came Tony Yayo. G-Unit's loudest, rawest soldier stepped up on Vlad TV and laid the whole dirty game out. No filters, no coded language, just straight up facts. According to Yayo, G-Unit never messed with the check-in culture. They didn't believe in it, didn't trust it, didn't need it. Because let's be real, checking in, that ain't about respect, that's about extortion. And Yayo called it. He said it loud for the people in the back. This whole friendly check-in tradition is just a slick way to set rappers up. Think about it. Check in, pay up, or play Russian roulette with your life.
You're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got.
Maybe your chain disappears. Maybe it magically comes back if you talk to the right people. Sounds more like a mob setup than a warm welcome. And then Yayo dropped the bombshell. Pop Smoke. He reminded everyone how Pop's death was a stark warning. Relying on street favors and thinking you're protected, that's a death sentence. G-Unit don't play those games. They move military. They protect their own. No handouts, no ties to street dudes with backdoor deals. Because Yayo, he's seen the flip side, and he said it with his chest, this ain't the 90s anymore, this is the federal era. These alliances, these secret deals, they're RICO bait. One wrong move and you're caught in a conspiracy you didn't even sign up for. And just when people started brushing off Yayo's warning, boom, it happened again. NBA YoungBoy pulled up to Houston for business. Didn't check in. And what happened? Chaos. His crew got hit, chain stolen, cash gone, car keys vanished like magic, whole thing smelled like a setup. And then, out of nowhere, Jay Prince pops up online holding YoungBoy's stolen stuff, like some hero with a cape and a clout-chasing filter. But YoungBoy wasn't here for the BS. He clapped back, hard.
Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man. Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, you know what I mean, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. When a man attack situation with a weapon, then it become a playing field where any and everything go.
He said if it was really about helping, Jay Prince should have picked up the phone, not a camera. Called him out as a 60-year-old clout chaser trying to stay relevant. And honey, the drag was brutal. Even Cameron and Maki chimed in. And they didn't hold back. They said what a lot of people were already whispering. Real OGs don't extort. Real OGs uplift. If you're still running dice games and intimidation tactics in your 60s, you didn't evolve.
And Mike and Junior was walking by. He actually went in the restroom to wash blood off his hand where he had reached up on the takeoff. He had to pick him up and his fingers went in it. Blood was.
You failed. And speaking of dice games, Chile, let's talk about Jay Prince's second favorite hustle. These high-stakes, behind-the-scenes dice games in Houston, they're not just about rolling dice. They're about trapping artists, lining them up, and flipping street clout into real-life tragedy. You remember Takeoff, right? One of the most beloved, soft-spoken voices in rap.